Alright, Rubik's dropped a new map a couple weeks ago, and the beginning fight is pretty tough. Oh man, it's a certified Rubik's start of a map. I stay here for a little bit, just enough to clear out some space to kill these paint elementals from, and then, yeah, I got stuck here. Damn, lost soul. Wanted to clean up this paint elemental, got really greedy. It's kind of what happens at the start of maps, you don't really care. Just get in there. If he dies, high rewards, you get less lost souls, wasting your ammo. Speaking of ammo, you got a little ammo situation with this map, and one thing I did to combat that was actually open up these revs during this beginning fight, and they will come in and infight with some of these other guys, and doing that really helps because, man, you can just take, like, those shells that are sitting in there, this 24 shells actually, and oh, a casual 80 damage. Just had to mention that real quick. But yeah, the 24 shells that are back there, you can actually dedicate them to the phase that comes after this, which is really nice. Another thing about ammo, I was trying my best to stay out of my head in general with this map. Because in my attempts, well, this beginning, I would try to like chain gun down just as much as possible. Just like every last thing that could be killed with chain gun, I would try to kill it. And it just made it a slog to play, so I would die later on, and it feels so exhausting because it's hard to get out of the beginning, and then even when you do get out of the beginning, it's like this slow roll sort of thing. So I decided to spend some ammo, find ways to just work the balance a little bit better. But yeah, then these shells being able to be used on these Archviles is really nice, and then because if you take it slow and you try to like run around, maybe grab the plasma and stuff, these guys can run out and revive way more stuff, and you're gonna lose way more ammo that way. So that opening up the revs early was helped so much. But it took about 300 attempts before I started doing that, though. It just kind of sucks. Man, this part, so I have a tendency to check my resources whenever I'm on lifts. So I realized that I didn't bring plasma for this, which is it's a good thing I have that habit. Otherwise, I would have started this fight without plasma like 50 times. Yeah, just go ahead and kill this paint elemental. Do not shoot in the direction of that cyber, because you can actually have a plasma ball fly right through that cage and wake him up, and you need that guy for the finale. Don't think it's gonna help with speedrunning either, because I don't know how you're gonna survive that finale without. Not to mention, how are you gonna get a good infighting situation in there either? Yeah, here I am. So here's absolute greed. Using the shells to try to kill that paint elemental. No good. But I gotta say though, all of this is definitely an improvement over how I was at the start of this grind. Man, I was trying to kill those revs with SSG, and I would just get surrounded by pigs and lose a ton of attempts that way. So many attempts were just wasted in general, it feels like. So all you guys learn from my mistakes. Somebody come back, beat my time on this. Why not, right? But yeah, now we're cleaning up some snipers. So overall, the style of this map, since it is 2016 Ribbiks, right? He made this some time ago, and he just went ahead and released it now because why not? You got that kind of 20xc6 swim with the whales sort of design, and although those are great maps, and even Swim with the Whales map 3 is one of my favorite maps of all time. You do have some slow roll fights, lots of cleanup, and so for that reason, it makes it a little tedious to grind, and it's not very motivating as far as speed running. Something like 20xc7 map 6, right? That is just fast paced, right? Always you're just always doing something, right? You're trying to prevent your weapon switches, you're trying to be efficient with your guns. The fights are tight and high impact. So anyway, as far as speed running, that's my thoughts on that. I dedicate some cells to those chain gunners every time. A little bit of platforming there, and that soul spear is actually for this part right here, because we have to run across a bunch of damaging floor for a non-secret cell pack. That cell pack is 100% worth it though. Helps you out in these next couple of areas. You have a couple options for routing, but I like to do this rocket launcher fight now because it'll allow me to save mega armor for the cave area, which you'll see. I think the cave is damn near impossible without that mega armor. Anyway, when you hit this switch, you gotta try to kill these 4 revs that spawn in. So there's 3 and there's 4, and then yeah, that pig decided to try to make me rocket my face. He definitely tried. Yeah, I try to stay back here and on this left side to try to pull enemies to the side, the Hell Knights, and then eventually push out of here with rockets. Yeah, those revs, sometimes it doesn't work out that way, and they can spawn in late, and then you're just taking 80s. And I get back here, kill these Manx, grab these rockets. I typically use these rockets on these guys to push back out, but Sky Caco there. I decided to come here, maybe I can pull them away from that corner, work my way around, and sure enough, the corner has opened up, and I can grab this ammo, and just clean up with the rockets or SSG. Now I want to spend all my SSG here to be efficient because you'll see, the ammo does get tight at the end of the map, and you know what, I'll accept that. I'll accept that over the map just being tedious to grind from the beginning. So anyway, clean up this guy with rockets. Let's see, 2, 3, 4 rockets wasted. Awesome. Foreshadowing. Anyway, get this switch. There's a couple of anti-cheese switches. Yeah, so since you get a lot of shells here, and you basically get a full stack of shells actually for this next part, so that's why I spend everything that I have in that rocket launcher area. This fight, I really wish this fight had armor because holy crap. This Mank, I push up against him and I get him to shoot at this Archvile. Now sometimes he doesn't hit the Archvile at all, he actually hits the Arachnotron, and my strategy there is to just die. But he hit the Archvile, it worked out well this time, and then I run around behind this Arachnotron and kill these revs. Running around in front of the Arachnotron, I used to actually run the crossfire between him and the revs, and then that kills me. Now with these two Pan Elementals, I was like, these guys are coming close. There is nothing I'm going to be able to do if I don't kill this Archvile now. Throw a couple rockets at him because those guys were about to spawn Lost Souls. The rockets were going to be unusable, and there's no way I was going to kill that Archvile otherwise. It's hard to dodge him on these little beams while you got 64 damages coming at you. That was my reasoning there, but I brought a ton of armor, so it worked out. Didn't bring a ton of health though. I used up all the stim packs and medikits here already. Then I go ahead and clean up these guys with a couple rockets. And then after this, there's a little bit of indecision. You see, the fight after this is an infighting situation that's pretty tight. Cyber needs to shoot at some barons, and you can get splashed down. So I wanted every bit of health that I could, and I was looking around for some stim packs. Couldn't really reach that one up there. Didn't think about it too much. But yeah, riding up that lift and going out actually gets you to red key and is the way that you need to go. But I decided to just run back to the start looking for some stim packs. That stim pack is not really worth it. Didn't feel like pressing the switch for that lift. And if you don't do that, you need to go on damaging floor. But yeah, sure enough, just went ahead and grabbed this Berserk, used it for this next area. And then, yeah, I should have gone back there and rode up that lift I was talking about with the red key, but I was like, well, the fight is here. Forgot that I needed a red key for this part, or for the next part. Yeah, so the Cyber needs to shoot. I got the 4 Barons behind me, and I got behind them is 2 Cacos and 2 Chain Gunners. So I want him to see how close they are. Right, he could, on this second roll, he could shoot that Baron that's closest to me and hit me with a bunch of splash damage. So I wanted to see exactly where he was shooting. And that was a really good rocket. He managed to wake up just about everything there, which is awesome. And I go here, grab the rockets, hitting the switch will lower the Mega Armor, and this is the one I was talking about that I like to have for the cave. Wait, what are these stim packs? What? What? Oh my, I didn't even know these stim packs existed. Holy crap. Bruh. Well, anyway, I don't have a red key. Those stim packs, dude. You know what I could have done with those stim packs? I could have totally just not cared about that whole Berserk situation. Either that, or I could have just used them to save a Soul Sphere for the rocket launcher fight, and then you could save a Soul Sphere for this area. Wow. Maybe it's not as good as I think. I don't know, but man. A whole 30 extra health in this map is huge. Yeah, there we go. I got the key. I got the key now. I can go and do the secret fight now. And Yeah, hit this switch, and then this switch, and some sick platforming. Boom with the mouse. Now for this part, I use 3 rockets. Just kind of spread them along those revs, and then pull out plasma, whatever plasma I got to work on these guys. And then D5, DA2, map 55. Playing that 10,000 times is the only way to train for a situation like that, I guess. Oh boy. And then these Archviles, I just kind of spam down with rockets. They like to step forward and revive crap. You can get in their faces, actually, if you have plasma to spare, if you want to, that is. Oh yeah, and this Baron has to die before I think about taking his teleporter. Because you can teleport into a Cyber Demon rocket, like when he instantly shoots, the rocket is still on top of him, and if you telefrag him at that moment, you'll catch that rocket. So no, this Baron needs to die before I take that. I lost a Sunder Map 18 demo like that, back when I did the old route. Anyway, next up, we got this cave area. So this is the cave I was talking about. You really need that mega armor for this. I refuse to do this fight without a demo. And then stuck on the geometry there. Fantastic. Those ribbiks curves, right? 3 damage though, I'll take that. That was nice. Now this part. So yeah, the yellow is damaging floor, which is why I'm being so cautious here. And it makes it so the movement feels so limited here because it's like 10 damage. It feels like a ton of damage here. You could have totally given us a Mega Sphere and it wouldn't have even been overkill, but hey. Less health is more fun, is what Zool says. Anyway, I just stood there and I just let the revs have plasma. Just use the plasma there and, you know, not waste any health, because I mean the fight didn't even start. We don't want to lose health before the fight even starts, and I had that happen once. I came here with insanely good health and armor and lost it that way. There we go. So there's 2 waves of pain elementals. This is the first wave. And I want to shoot rockets at them. That first rocket had to push that guy back, which was annoying, so second rocket got wasted. Yeah, close rocket there from the Cyber. I heard the Mank. Gotta be careful of that. It's just a ton of high damaging stuff. You gotta move really well here is all there is to it. I do kind of like this concept of a lot of damaging floor though. And in general, the fight concepts are pretty cool. It's just the execution of them makes me not want to speedrun the map. As far as like a lot of replay value. So I guess so, like right now, right, you got that second wave of pain elementals, and really it feels like you can't just get in there and just kill them, because if you had a lot of cells, right, you could just get in the pain elementals faces and just plasma them down and then get out. But the fight design here is made for you to try to do some damage to them, and then you just got to get out and just run around a little bit, find the empty space, and then get back in and try to find a good position to shoot the pain elementals from. And that's pretty much how it goes for the majority of this cleanup, is just me trying to kill this Cyber. So you can actually like pull him in that area and just keep fighting him and try to like circle strafe around him. But Cyber Demon movement is very unpredictable. You know, you never want to be in tight areas like that, SSGing them, especially with a health situation like this. Especially with splash damage on the walls, mostly. But also, he could move in the same direction as you and flank you, and then you eat a point-blank rocket. I actually lost an attempt like that, which is why I played it like this right here. Trying to get him to kill that Baron for me, because it doesn't make much difference. Holy crap, my phone. Sorry. But yeah, so yeah, it's not very conducive to speedrunning, because a lot of the, and even the earlier areas, so like that tight fight with the Sniper Archvile, he's got those Barons that are anti-cheese, so you don't rush the switch, but then, you know, you gotta SSG some Barons. You got this, you gotta SSG a Cyber, and the finale, you'll see, has a little bit of that stuff too. So yeah, a lot of times, this is kind of the thing that bothers me about ammo conservation maps, is really just the tedium, because a lot of times you'll be trying to use more chain gun or more shells to kill stuff when you really want to use your big guns. So I guess that's kind of, haven't been into that lately. My tastes have changed. Oh, and this is one of those fights that exist. It's a secret. You get a secret with a few resources, but oh well. And yeah, sometimes you can have the Pain Elemental teleport here. I typically had the Kako teleport here, but whatever. I didn't practice this spot too much. It's not one of those fights that you practice very much. But yeah, so again about the ammo conservation, I've been, you know my map, so you've seen probably Spectrum. There's like a lot of BFG in that. It's like, as far as ammo conservation, I just, not my favorite style anymore. I've burnt out on it. Too much of it in the past couple of years. Now these couple of Archviles and the Cyber, I try to get him, he usually shoots at them and maybe kills one for me or something, but man, this time the Archviles were managing to raise a lot of meat shields for themselves, and the Cyber just wasn't shooting very much, so it made this cleanup a little annoying. This Archvile starts running around and reviving so much crap. I thought this man was gonna bring back the entire beginning fight on me. Like, imagine he just brings back like a few Hell Knights and Revs, and then they just surround the Cyber and it dies. That would be something. I would probably try to clean it up with Berserk, really. These 24 rockets, they run out quick in this finale. Gotta hand it to that music though. It does a lot for the atmosphere. Something as oppressive like this. Alright, now that Cyber was good. Ian fought the Spider Mastermind very quickly. After a face rocket like that, you back up and you start spamming rockets. Basically panic fire right there. Like, I wasted a good 5 rockets there. It's unfortunate. So yeah, that's a total of 9 rockets that I could have had for the last part of this, but what can you do? And Mastermind is infighting well with these Hell Knights, so that's nice. But yeah, that's a lot of Hell Knights, so you gotta be careful with your moves here. There's a ton of ammo there behind the Archviles, but the only way to get back there is to get zapped. If you don't have enough ammo to kill one of the Archviles, it's like, yeah, okay. And that's what I do. I run back here and I just get zapped. I took those rockets, 100% worth it though, and just go ahead and just deal with these guys like this. Try to get some value out of my rockets a little bit. Shoot into the crowds as best as I can. Guess I didn't do it very well here, but... And I heard that Archvile. I heard him trying his crap. But yeah, going for the ammo, I decided at my health I could survive 2 zaps. There's still 6 stim packs back here that I could use. So, I was fine with whatever happened there. Yep, and cleaning up these guys. Yeah, so I need, you know, not to repeat the same mistake, right? So, let's say I saved 4 rockets before I ran back there. I could have killed an Archvile, used his pillar as cover to kill the second one, and I would have had no area denial, and I could just work from wherever I want to clean up the fight. So, anyway, now finally I get to use the ammo that I've saved. And the map is basically won. So yeah, I'm done with ammo conservation maps. Hopefully I don't have to play, hopefully I don't make myself max too many more of those in the future. I guess with 20xc7 I know the map so well at this point that I don't feel like I'm conserving ammo anymore. I feel like I'm just playing, I'm just doing what I do. But yeah, it's enough about ammo conservation. I think the atmosphere on this map is done really well. The progression is done really well. Cool secrets. It really rewards exploration because you get, well, for exploration, you get an entire cell pack, right? When you jump out and you run across that damaging floor, you get an entire 80 cells if you go that one way where you telefrag the Cyber. Plus, you get to telefrag the Cyber. So that's awesome as far as secrets go. The balance on this map, you know, as much as I'm like annoyed at the ammo conservation, I gotta say the health balance is like, it's like just barely enough. You have to do really well in the fights and try to carry more into the next area if you're gonna make it easier on yourself. But to be honest, I feel like that tight fight with the sniper Archvile, you could definitely. I mean, I've done it many times with just 100 health and no armor is how I used to practice it. The resources that you have in the rocket launcher fight are pretty much enough to beat that fight. So I think it's pretty. I think it's pretty solid in that regard, and it's balanced pretty well. Very tough though. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that. Until next time, peace.